Hello and welcome to this tutorial, which is going to be on pagination, okay? Pagination is obviously the name we use to describe these little buttons and links and whatnot that go at the top and sometimes at the bottom of pages. And we're going to be adding these vibes onto our show items page. Now listen, I do apologise in advance if I speak quickly in this video. It's just that this stuff is kind of easy, but there's a lot of stuff to cover, if that's okay. So please do forgive me if I speak a little bit quicker than usual. Okay, so here we go. Let's rock and roll. Now, the first thing that we want to do to get this all happening is we want to open up store categories, and we want to just make sure that our stuff looks nice. Forgive me if I'm going all technical on you there, but we need to make sure the stuff looks nice. So we're going to be using this stuff here, right? Thank you very much. And so the vibe is, I'm just going to take this across and paste it in, and I'm going to have a quick look and just make sure that we're kind of happy with the general look and feel. Okay, so here we go. Yes, that looks kind of nice. Thank you very much. Okay, now you may be thinking, well, why are you bothering? Of course it looks nice. It's the Bootstrap. Listen, folks, we're using Bootstrap today, but who knows what you'll be using tomorrow. Maybe you'll buy a template from Template Monster. Maybe you'll switch to that foundation thing. Maybe you'll use your own HTML code. Who knows? All I'm saying is, let's paste the thing in and we'll have a quick look and just see what we're trying to achieve. Is that a cool vibe? Okay, so that's kind of nice. Thank you very much indeed. I'm happy with that. And now that we know what the thing should look like, I'm going to comment this out. Okay, yes indeed, we're just going to comment it out. But don't worry, we'll come back to it later on, okay? So if we just comment it out and hit refresh, it is gone. Okay, now here's a vibe that I just thought of just a few minutes ago, right? Listen, we're going to be adding this pagination stuff here, but you know something? We could also add this onto the store accounts thing. That would have been kind of cool. We could add it onto the CMS. We could add it to the store orders. We've not even built that yet. We could add it here, there, and everywhere. And as a matter of fact, do you know that you'll probably be using this pagination stuff on just about every site you build? So check this. I had this idea just before I hit record actually, and the idea was, why don't we make a module, you know? So instead of like having this tied to the store category stuff, why don't we make a pagination module thing? And whenever we need this stuff, we can just call it, you know, and we can use it here. We can even use it on other websites. Would that be cool? Would that be cool? Well, okay, let's do that. Thank you very much indeed. So let's create a module. I'm going to go into the modules folder here and I'm going to create a brand new module. This one is going to be called pagination, and we're just going to set this up very quickly. By now you will be a complete expert at this. So pagination, and then we're going to rename the top part to pagination. Hey Sean, we don't need all of this junk here, okay? So nice and empty here, and as a matter of fact, we don't even need the models folder, so I'm going to delete that, okay? There shall be no pagination table anywhere, okay? So there's the vibe. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. We've just made another new module. It's fantastic. So now let's make a function up, and we'll call this function generate pagination. Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much. And here is the vibe. You know how Bootstrap gives us some pagination stuff and it's all very cool? Yep, okay. Well, check this out. Codeigniter also gives us some cool pagination stuff. They have a pagination class and it's very glorious, okay? So to get this thing working, the Codeigniter thing, okay, all we have to do is set up some config variables and then we fire the thing. That's the vibe, right? It's pretty simple. So I'm going to copy this from the Codeigniter user guide and I'm going to paste straight in to this generate pagination thing. Now let me tidy up a bit here because it's a little bit messy, right? And I'll do something like that. Now this is going to echo out those pagination links. That's the vibe. Thank you very much. You know something? If you look through the history of my entire life, I think I've only ever said the word pagination about 3 times. And here, I think I've said it about 8 times. What an exciting video this is. Anyway, look, instead of echoing it, I'm going to create a variable. Can you handle it? And then I'm going to return the variable, okay? That's the vibe, and thank you very much. So if we open up store categories, right, and we look at this view thing, I'm now going to load up the pagination class, right, and I'm going to load it at the top. Now notice folks, when I'm loading up modules, I'm always trying to load them at the top here, just kind of out of the way. It's a nice tidy way to code, you know. And in this case I'm doing it just after the security stuff, right? So we load up the pagination module, yes, thank you very much, and then I'm going to move down here and I'm going to create a data variable called pagination. Now what's that going to be? Well, it's going to be from the pagination class, and it's going to be, whoops, it's not going to be that, it's going to be this generate pagination thing. I'm laughing because I was going to see if I could do this video without saying the word pagination again. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, let's do that for some, you know, a little bit of entertainment, because this is really kind of boring, isn't it? Right, here's the vibe. I am not going to say the word pagination again in this video. Okay, cool. So there you go. We are calling the vibes. Yes, indeed, that's what we're doing, okay? Now, I'm going to refresh the screen here, and here we go. So I'm hitting refresh, and look at this. It's saying that an error was encountered. Now, don't panic. It says resource pagination already exists, blah, 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 blah. Okay, now, you tell me, what do you think's happened here? Check it out, resource. Oh, man, I just realised I said the word, I'm sorry. Anyway, resource already exists. What do you think that means? Yes, congratulations, Sherlock Holmes. That's right. You see, Codeigniter has some of this stuff going on, you see? And basically the vibe is we have a little bit of a clash going on, a little bit of a naming conflict. But that's okay. Look, we can just go in and rename the module. So that's what I'm going to do, right? So let's go into that module and let's rename. I'm going to call it custom underscore, then the magical forbidden word, okay? That's the vibe. Same with the controller. Let's rename that to custom underscore, and let's rename this section at the top. We are just trying to avoid conflicts, name conflicts and whatnot. Can you handle that? Okay, pretty easy. Pretty easy. So of course we need to go to store categories and we need to rename that vibe as well, but don't worry about the variable. See, we can just call the variable magical forbidden word. We can call it that and everything's going to be just fine, okay? So thank you very much. Yes, it's all looking spectacular. So if we now hit refresh, then this should draw a fantastic, glorious bunch of these little vibes here, and it should all look wonderful. So let's hit refresh. And nothing has happened. Now hang on, why did nothing happen? Let me just see. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got the variable. Hello. But it helps if you actually echo the variable onto the screen. Yes, sorry about that. Okay, fair enough. Right, here we go. So, right, here we go. Right, the variable is now on the screen. It should fire all of the links and whatnot. Here we go. The excitement is quite unbearable. So I'm going to hit refresh now. And as you can see, it looks kind of rubbish. Yep, let's not kid ourselves. That's actually pretty disappointing. But don't panic. Listen, the vibe is Codeigniter doesn't care what this all looks like, you know. All we need to do is pass in some config variables, and Codeigniter's going to make this look any way you want, okay? That's the vibe. Now, the good news is, this is really easy. I mean, it's just some config stuff, and who cares, right? Pretty easy. The bad news is that there's actually lots and lots and lots of this configuration, and it is so boring. Now listen, I'm happy to be here, it's very nice. There's nowhere else I'd rather be on a Saturday morning. But let me tell you folks, I am not in the business of doing the most boring tutorials ever, okay? You can go somewhere else for that stuff. So here's what we're going to do. Since it's just configuration stuff, I want you to stop typing, okay? And when you see me working on this thing here, I want you to just watch the screen, and that's the vibe, okay? And after we're finished, you can go to the Insider Club and just download the file. Does that sound cool? Okay, so I'm going to do all of the boring stuff so that you don't have to, right? So that's the vibe. Please stop typing, just relax. It's all going to be cool, okay? So, would you like to see all of the config settings that you need to add to this to make it all work? Would you like to have a look? Well, brace yourself, I'm going to show you. There's actually quite a few of them, okay? Now remember, no typing allowed, folks. Just look at the screen. That is all the stuff that we need to happen here. Now, as you can see, it's quite a lot of stuff and it's no fun at all, okay? But I want you folks to remember, you know, we are doing a module. We only need to do this once. Like, it's a one-time only deal. As soon as we've done this once, we'll be able to just renew this again and again and use it for anything you want, okay? That's the vibe, right? So, how about if we pass a variable in here called template, okay? Now remember folks, you're just watching, okay? No need to type, just listen to the friendly voice. Okay, so I've added a variable in called template, right? And imagine if we headed in here and I said, if template is equivalent to public bootstrap, how about that? If template is equivalent to public bootstrap, then settings equals this, get settings public bootstrap. How about a vibe like that, okay? So the idea is, look, today we're going to be using this stuff here, okay? But tomorrow, who knows? Maybe you'll be working on the admin panel. Maybe you'll get a template from Template Monster or from Theme Forest. Maybe you'll come up with your own code. Who knows? Our vibe is going to be that we pass the template in, and this is going to get the settings based on what the template is. Can you handle the vibe? I think you can. So keep on watching. Don't type, okay? Just relax. Keep on watching, right? We now need a little function called get settings public bootstrap, okay? That's the vibe. Thank you very much indeed. And it just so happens by the magic of technology that I have one here. So I'm going to paste in. Actually, I've called it get settings for. Might as well do that, okay? So get settings for public bootstrap, okay? So check it out. This thing clarifies settings per page, num links, blah, 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 okay? And then it returns those settings. Kind of cool, don't you think? As a matter of fact, I think this is probably going to come in handy in the future, so I'm going to copy this. And before I add all of the settings in, you know, I'm just going to comment this out. And it means that if we need to do any more settings in the future, we can basically just call this and you know, rename it, and it's all going to be ready to rock, okay? So check it out. Get settings for public Bootstrap. It's going to get the settings and it's going to pass the settings into this generate pagination vibe, okay? So that's the vibe. Now obviously we need to tweak this a little bit to get it to work, but that's okay. That's going to look something like, and again I'm on another screen here, that is going to look something like, let me just have a look. I'm going to paste in like so, okay? And you can see that I've added in a per page thing as well, okay? So that's the amount of, let me get this right, that's the amount of links that we want to go across the top of the page, okay? So that's the vibe, okay? Does that make sense? I do hope that makes sense. So check it out. All we need to do now is add these settings in, and that's basically us, okay? And that's going to make the thing look fantastic. So what are the settings? Well, for something like per page, that's pretty easy. I'll go with something like 20. 20 per page is fair enough, okay? Now, num links, actually, sorry, I think per page is the number of items on the page. I'm sorry. Anyway, num links, I'll say something like 12, okay? I would like 12 of the things along the top. Can you handle the vibe? That's all I'm doing here, folks. And quite honestly, I'm just plucking these numbers out of thin air. I don't know, maybe it's going to look rubbish, okay? Now, the rest of this stuff here all relates to HTML code. And the question is, what are the settings, okay? Now remember folks, no typing allowed for this one, just watch, okay? Because actually, we already know that this looks kind of cool. So how about if we copy this vibe here, right? I'm just going to copy this across here, and I'm just going to paste it into, Gemini. I'm going to paste it in here, like so, okay? And this thing here is going to be a reference, and it's going to help us to build this up, hopefully quite quickly, okay? So we've got a thing called full tag open. That is going to be the thing that kind of encases the whole vibe, you know? So I'm going to copy those two little beauties there, thank you very much, and that should do the job. Now the full tag close, that's the thing that closes, okay, the whole vibe, and that's going to be that there. Okay, pretty easy. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Now, cur tag open. Cur stands for current. It means if you're on the current page, what do you want the little thing to look like? I'm going to skip this. I'll come back to it in just a minute, okay? But num tag open, well, that's really easy, okay? If we look up here, you can see that it's just LIs, right? So what it's saying is, like, when we've got a number like here, how do you want the thing to be kind of encapsulated with HTML, okay? Now here, it's pretty simple. It's just going to be LI, right? Thank you very much indeed. See? Told you this was easy. Now the first link, I actually want it to say the word first, okay? Can you handle that? And then we're going to just do LIs again, okay? Pretty easy, thank you very much. Yes, it's pretty easy. The last link is going to say last, okay? And I'm doing this as fast as I can, folks. So that's going to be LI and LI again, okay? And the previous link, well, this gets kind of interesting. On the Bootstrap site, they've got this vibe, span area hidden true. You know something? I have no clue what that means, but I do know that it gives us these nice little arrow, double arrow things, so that's kind of cool, right? So even though I don't know what it means, who cares? I'm just going to paste on in, okay? So that's that, and then we'll go with the LI vibes again. Okay, That's us. And for the next link, same vibe. Look, check it out. Here it's here, right? Again, I don't even have any clue what this stuff all means, but it seems to do the job. And we're going to do those LIs, okay? And in case you're wondering what LI stands for, today it stands for like it, because I like it. As a matter of fact, I love it. So check it out. We've now got this rocking. Thank you very much indeed. Now, we've only got this current thing to do, okay? This one here. And this is a special one because it doesn't go anywhere. I want it to be disabled. And if we look at the page, it says that use disabled for unclickable links. And here's an example, okay? So that's the vibe, and that's kind of cool. So when we have a thing that's the current page, right? I'm copying this from the Bootstrap site. Oh gee, the current tag open is gonna be something like that, okay? And the closing tag is gonna be something like that, okay? That's the vibe, okay? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. So we've now created all of the settings. I've passed it in, and everything should look cool. So I'm going to head back here. I'm going to refresh the page. Oh, missing argument. Right, hold on. Store categories line 34. Let me have a look at that. Store categories. Well, of course, we need to pass in the name of the template, remember? Okay, so you can actually start typing. Yes, you can type this bit, do it with me, okay? So we're going to pass in public underscore bootstrap. That is the name of the template, okay? So go ahead and type that, okay? So save that, and I'm going to hit refresh here. And it looks pretty good, okay? So that's excellent. Now, here is the vibe. Go to the Insider Club. Do yourself a favor. Head over to the Insider Club, and you can grab this code, okay? Just grab this, save some time, and if you do that, then you too should have a page that looks something like this. And of course, it looks nice, but it doesn't actually do much. In the next video, we're gonna get this thing actually working, okay, so that we are limiting the amount of guitars on the page, and everything's gonna be super cool, okay? So I'll see you on the next video. Bye.